Hello, my friends. What may have been a critical error in judgment, I left the foam in my lather bowl, but I also left the brush in there because I thought, well, that's how the cowboys would do it. They had the soap and the thing. Well, now I don't know how I'm going to get the stuff onto my face to do our planned, what I'd planned to do the last time. We had this ooze that ended up in the bottom. I thought there would still be ooze there and I'd be able to put it on like a cream. Well, it's all dried up into the brush now, so we'll figure that out in just a minute. Well, heck, a quick dip. I just plunged it without soaking too much and did a couple swirls and it turned right into foam again. So we didn't gain any ground, but we didn't lose any ground either. I'm starting to lose hope that we're going to get a usable lather out of this stuff. I think it's always going to be just very slick, but disappears quick. And if you want usable lather, buy something else. I hate to say that. I don't want to consign it to non-favorable status, but well, when you end up making Mr. Bubbles type foam instead of what we see as lather, and that could be a difference in what the designers of the product want to make and what we're using it for. It's just not something that we can use. Trying to decide if I'm going to shave with this or not. We'll see in a minute. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to use the foam, but I'm going to use a pre-shave. And this is wet shaving products, I think. It's their Galactic Space Cube. This is all that's left of mine. So what I'll do is use that, put it on there as a pre-lather, and then put the foam on top of that and mix them together and see how that works. It'd be an additive thing. It's almost like, I don't know. We'll see if it's any different. I'll wet my face first, then rub the pre-shave treatment, which is essentially just adding way more product. So in the spirit of the experiment, this probably deviates from using Eucris alone, but it's what we got. It's what we're just doing what we got to do to see if we can get anything usable. And so this lather that we're seeing here is probably mostly the pre-shave cube. But maybe if it's mixing in with it, maybe we're getting a little bit of both. Maybe it's a little bit of so that's minimal use of the pre-shave cube, and I'm getting more of a lather like we're used to seeing, or we like to use. And there's a ton of product in here. In other words, a little bit of the cube that's on my whiskers, and then the foam was pretty product heavy. Let's just use the my feather SS, and we'll go ahead and just make a shave out of this. Slickness is pretty much unchanged. Maybe a little bit of improvement because of the pre-shave directly applied to my face. But this is a feather blade, so it's going to sail through whatever's there. But that's an approach if you have Eucris and you want to use it, and you want a more traditional lather out of it, you're going to have to use an additive. Either a pre-shave soap like the it's is it ASP? I've lost the sticker, so I don't remember who made that. I'll be right back just a minute. Excuse my back. Whatever the Galactic Space Cube, whoever makes that, we'll leave it at that. Because even after that pass, and there's still a little bit of residual slickness, that cube still has a little bit of product, something still on my face, in addition to the slickness from the Eucris. And it is, I just stuck it back in the foam here, try and transfer more of that on here, and we are getting a usable surface this way. So regret and questionable choices aside, it can be done, but you're just going to have to add a little bit of a booster of some kind to make this work. Well, we got through Easter. Thought I was going to cut the grass today, but it's raining, so that's why you have me shaving in here today during the afternoon rather than evening, which would be my usual modus operandi. Got a good shave out of it, and I'll say that it's a joint effort. 2 passes. I'm doing this time. I went kind of across the grain. My going this way is actually across the grain for me, so I'm coming up here and then actually going against it. See if we braided ourselves in any way. No. Just a usual little bit of a buzz because feather. Yeah, it came right off. So, my friends, we solved the mystery of Eucris today, or at least for me, that's my solution. Anything more than that, I'm sure there's more experimentation to do. I'm not sure how many shaves I'm going to post with this, because I do still have quite a bit of this puck left. So there may be other shenanigans that we can come up with, but for now we're going to put it to bed, and we'll continue the experiments, maybe not with an accompanying shave, on the thread in the shaving cadre, where you'll happen to find me, as I'm just one of the members of the shaving cadre. There's hundreds of us. That's where I do a lot of, hang out with my shave buds here on the shaving cadre, and I'm Major Rich. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you're so inclined, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.